everything's just going peachy. I'm going to fix this exposure before I learn some CW, configure video, camera control, exposure, auto 5. That's better. It's like really kind of slow frame rate. That's weird. Whatever. You don't need to see my face anyway. I could just turn it off. And then this one's just not helping. All right. So what do we have for today? Not much still. It's Monday, March the 9th, 2020. And I'm just going to keep learning Morse code. I should like keep doing this. Like, I should actually have notes. I have like a notebook here. But as you can see, page 77, nothing. I can't write on it because there's so many wires in the way. Thirsty. So I listened to the ICQ podcast with Graham, KD9NTQ. He had a podcast, blah, blah, blah. I need to be louder, sorry. He is the creator of the Illinois Young Ham Club. No, wait. Illinois Young Ham... what is it called? K4FMH. Long story short, K4FMH is Frank Howell. He did an interview on ICQ Podcast with Graham, KD9NTQ, the Illinois Young Ham Club he started. And audio output is very low. I know, that's why I turned it up. Look, turn it up more. Boop. I'm looking down on my mixer and it just doesn't want to like da 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 da. Why is it so low today? There you can hear the dogs. I turned the gain up a whole bunch. I need to turn this down. I'm probably gonna clip it. Yep, I clipped it. Okay. Is that better? So Graham started the Illinois Young Ham Club. And Graham himself is a part of the Young Amateurs Radio Club. And the Young Amateurs Radio Club had problems in the recent past, in the last couple of months, that, I mean, I wonder if you can even go to yark.world anymore. So if you want to know about the problems, go to yark.world and find out. But he started his own club for Illinois hams, which is kind of, you could... the window's open so you can hear cars, I guess. Which is also open to the rest of the world. It's on Discord too. If we go there, I think the website's still pretty fresh. Discord. They got a logo. That looks pretty cool. Go to the Discord. Continue to Discord. And actually it opens in my browser. But I'm already on it, so... This is what it looks like. We've got memes. But it's pretty active. There's what, like 12? There's 12 online, 19 offline. So about 20, 30-ish people on there so far. And a lot of them, I would say most of them are probably from Illinois, which is particularly interesting. So you guys know my Young Hams experience, my Yark experience and whatnot. Which has like 1,300 people from all over the place, all over the world. And, but just to see a new one spin up, that's a really good sign. And then have that new one spin up with like a bunch of hams in that geographic area. That's a really good sign. And that's kind of why did I get rid of it? And that's what Frank's kind of getting at here. I don't think there's no mention of Yark on here, but it was the OG. club. But this is really good information. So this is information that Graham passed off to Frank on the ICQ podcast, and that's ICQpodcast.com. Second to last episode? No, 319. So if you listen to this, you skip to
ICQ Podcast.
Oh no.
You are building, and I think
where Frank is talking
to promote the message that young hams can be an effective part of a larger group, just as you are in the North Shore group. But there's nothing stopping you from creating your own groups, and
there's nothing stopping you. It's weird that I stumbled across that particular thing. There's nothing stopping you from creating your own ham radio group, and it's never been easier. It's easy to make websites. It's easy to make a chat program like server. I made a whole bunch of them. They're free on Discord. And it's easy to just post all he did was post a link to qrz.com, which I'm surprised that it works so well because everyone knows QRZ. Gosh, QRZ is the greatest. It's the greatest. So that wasn't the original post, was it? No, that's the ICQ podcast. International youth, youngsters on the air in Thailand. It's another thing I can talk about. Illinois Young Ham Club. So, here's the post. And they had, a bunch of threads. Frank, K4FMH is actually in there somewhere. I signed up because I'm from St. Louis, and arguably St. Louis is a part of Illinois. And it's also, as much as is a part of Missouri, but we don't have much, unlike Kansas City, which has a Kansas City, Missouri. We have East St. Louis, which is not a very good place to be. But Belleville and the Eastern Metro is pretty built up, like Belleville, Fairview Heights, and Effingham, where the SAUE is. So it's kind of part of the whole blob. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. Good, congratulations, Graham, on starting that, and I hope it all goes well. Let's see, the IRAU Region 2. This is Sterling's News, not learning Morse code. IRA Region 2, let's see. They actually, this news is late on CQ because they got so many responses to this thing asking for ideas on how to create a new ham radio or change ham radio for the better for young people, for all people, to get more people involved. And it specifically asks younger people between the ages of, why can't I find, where would I find it? Why am I dumb? I am dumb. Oh wait, maybe it's here. Youth Coordinator Volunteers Update. There we go. So they had a large response. And I'm working with George himself with some of this stuff. Basically, the idea is they want to send some people to Yoda camp in IRA Region 1 to learn their ways. This sounds pretty familiar because that's exactly what me and Sam Rose did in 2016. And that's why we're creating Yoda camp. But it's very good that they're interested in learning more about how to make ham radio more attractive and relevant in the 21st century. Let's see if they have the full... Yeah, Help wanted to remake amateur radio for the 21st century. So, this whole thing, I've been talking, this is preaching to the choir for me, but I you know me, if you know me, I've been speaking this kind of fire and brimstone, ham radio is dying, blah, 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 sort of thing, which... It's not dying. Gosh, it's clickbait. Sorry, because I made millennials are killing ham radio, but whatever. People read the headline and they freak out, and it's enjoyable. But anyway, we're starting a group, and it sounds like I'm not in charge of anything right now, but I was asked by K1ZZ to help out with this, and they're emailing back and forth what do we do? Do we create a YouTube video? Do we start an email list? Do we get a Discord? I'm like, hey, start a Discord, get an email list, Google Drive, and do some Zoom meetings, and start, basically start a survey, maybe. Just survey this group of people that emailed in. I think there was 70, between 30 and 70. I forget the email I saw. People who emailed the secretary of IRAU. So, yeah. Good stuff. Youth and Ham Radio over my Disney vacation that I went on has been blowing up, and I've been completely not naive. I've been completely oblivious to all of it happening because I had purposely kind of shut off the World Wide Web. And hello, Steve. And with you here, reminded about Yoda Camp. No new news out of Yoda Camp. Oh, wait, we met our funding goal for 20 campers. Yay. Hopefully I won't expose my credit card details. So we're at 5,028 plus Steve's 4,000, putting us at $9,000. Our budget for 20 campers is that $5,000 goal. So we are sending 20 campers to Ohio for sure in midsummer, right before field day. If we get to $11,000, which means if we get this to 11, 10, 9, 8, $7,000. I can't do math. If we get this to $7,000, like over our goal, plus the $4,000, that's our $11,000 milestone to get 30 campers to the thing. I wish we would. I said this before. I wish we went back and changed this to $11,000, but this is a reasonable. This is what we needed to actually make the camp happen. And right now we're still doing fundraising for that stretch goal of 30 campers, which we definitely need because we have way more than. I don't know if we have way more than 30 applicants. We have more than 20 applicants for sure, and we want to try to get everyone who applied to come along. So many thanks to these radio clubs that have been donating. Josh Hashnashi, KI6NAZ, finished our funding goal right at the very end with that $400 donation. So thank you very much. And it's my 30th day, by the way. Woo! So 30th straight day. I've been doing this since January, and it's been a little more than 30 days since January. So yeah, it hasn't been 30 straight days, but at least I'm still working on it. So working on the CW. Anyway, I just kind of lost my train of thought on this. So yay! Also, I'm on TikTok. Ham Radio is invading TikTok. I don't even know how to use TikTok. I'm an old man. TikTok. Can I even get on TikTok here? Watch now. How do I log me in? Can I even log in? I can't log in on a computer, can I? Computer, log me into TikTok, please. And my only TikTok so far was being stuck in a doctor's office today because I had well, this is dumb. I had a physical and it was 1 whole hour of waiting. So I had this jar of Germ-X next to me and I pretended that I stole it because Germ-X is going for crazy money right now. Can I just type in that? Nope, can't do that. Take me home to a place where I belong. I don't know. Anyway, find me on TikTok. I'll do some ham radio TikToks, because that's the future of video. I'll do Morse code on TikTok. That'll be literally at first. Almost. I think there's at least 4 TikToks on there. I might need a shock mount. Just saying. Sorry for the noise. But it exacerbates the that really, really clipped because I had to turn my mic up all the way. Anyway, let's do some code groups and bump the speed up, shall we? Okay. A lot of viewers tonight. Hello, everyone. Code groups. And so we're at 20 by 6. This was at 23. I was like, that's too fast. 6, I think we'll do better. I'm going to turn my noise isolation. Ooh, that's weird. Oh, yeah. And hopefully I don't have coronavirus because I went to a clinic for this physical. I definitely don't think I do. And if I do, big deal. I'm not too concerned about it hitting me. I'll stay home for a couple weeks and work from home if I can, and then, try not to get anybody else sick. That's the name of the game. And drink this by the gallon. Germex. Don't drink Germex, children. That would be bad. I need a USB CW adapter. I do, don't I? Don't you make one of those things? I've been kind of watching your videos on and off and on. I ended up, splurging for the Win Keyer, and right now, obviously, I'm just using the keyer on the microphone. It's so jank, and I have my 7300 over here just chilling. Like, why do you hate me so much? Because I'm more than just a 70. This is more than just a code practice oscillator. I'm a 73 freaking hundred. I can do all these things. Well, I don't have an antenna all the way up to my office on the second floor. So it's just the way it is. I could throw a wire up in that tree over there. I'm really tempted to. Anyway, Morse code. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Wow, I missed it. Forgot what key was. I did bad. Did bad. So bad. I actually need to turn on this mic thing. It was super loud. 31%. Terrible. Oh, nope. I goofed up. Da 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 da. It's a pizza. It's a pizza. F. I thought I was getting good at F. It's just like flying off like F's do, but like not that time. I'm gonna mulligan. Do you guys like capitals or lower cases? I know somebody out there is like pedantic. I wonder what the real case of Morse code is. Is it all lowercase or is it all uppercase? That's kind of a leading question because I have my own opinion. We'll see what everyone else thinks. Da 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 da. %. Better than before. I have thirst. up? Da da dit 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 is a 7. Oh yeah, getting good. All right, now I'm gonna speed it up. This is gonna be fun. 7. You know what I should also do is do a random group length. Let's trick it up a bit. Let's do multiple things at once. That will definitely help. I really hope that a lot of these are less than 7. I used to do mixed length. And I believe Jim or one of you guys told me, turn it on to 5 and it will be so much better. And I did, and it was better. So now let's go back to see what it, derp, see how bad it is now. Goofed up. Da 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 da. Let me just get that one. Da 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 da. Cute. Womp womp womp. I don't really think the character lengths, the group lengths are too terrible. It's just that I also went up by 1 word per minute. You have been sticking to the plan. What is your next CW contest? You doing CW Hum? This is me doing CW at Hum. I don't do. I still don't have an antenna up, so I haven't done any actual CW with the radio. But I do have a club station at my work, and I have done a little bit there. But I haven't made any QSOs. I'm not as bold as Steve temporarily offline. Doing a CW rag chew. I definitely. What I've been doing, though, while I'm not near a radio, if I have downtime or if I'm at home, when I remember to, I get on. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do an American one so I don't get a funny language. A funny language. Utah Web SDR is best SDR. Secure 40 meters. What time is it? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. All right. Which one has 40? There it is. So I'll go in here. I'll go to 40 CW. Zoom in. And I'll sit here and decode for a while. I'll stay up here in the high part of the band because these guys are slower. And I said slower. Not. I mean the really high part of the band. Like that guy's my speed. And then you have these guys. They're chewing, rag chewing, or calling CQ, but they have a lot of space between the characters, and that's my kind of speed. Let me open up a notepad. When you're doing straight key, and it's really challenging to keep up with that too, because the character weights are like all over the place. His spacing, I don't know where the spaces really are, but it's also just too fast for me to keep up. Like, this is all I'm picking out of that. How about this one here? I can touch type, so my eyes are closed. I'm trying to focus. I'm pretty sure I'm typing the right things, but like, it's just gibberish on the screen. No, he's too fast. Let's go higher. 73. What's the QRP calling? Yes. This is speed. I can do. Da 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 da. That's all I could get. XY, that's wife, is calling, so I had to war in trouble. Oof, ooh. So, thanks for QSO and happy. See you again. Sayonara 73NGT. I don't know what he said. And I messed up his call sign and I got 9JNC. His wife is calling, so he has to go or else he gets in trouble. Poor guy. That's funny. Although, I'm probably in the same situation. Let's go look him up. E9JNC. Jeff Campbell. Sorry I'm doxing you, and sorry you can't see because the chat's in the way. If I go, bye chat. Neat. But, I mean, at least I can kind of tell, like, what's going on. Like, I messed up a lot. Like, so theoretically I have a QSO, but, like, golly, even this is slow. Like, I think it's also straight key. This guy's got clicks all day long. Oh, I'm on a different one. Yeah, folks like to use straight key up yonder. Oh, there's some slow guys. Question mark. Anybody? Nope. Heck no. I didn't get none of that. So this kind of shows you where I'm at, I guess you could say. In terms of proficiency, not very much. Not very proficient. But I can grok a bit better than before I started this whole thing. Especially up in the higher parts of the band. Golly, that's a lot of FT8. Oh, people are doing PSK. Oh my gosh, I thought PSK died. No, it hasn't died. That's good. PSK 31. So yeah, I'm totally getting distracted. But speaking of FT8, I was on YouTube, and if there's something you should know about me, I watch a ungodly amount of YouTube. It's kind of like people watch TV. I watch YouTube, and I tend to try to watch a lot of ham radio YouTubers. And I came across a new YouTuber. Let me scoot this over here so you don't see any of my... Well, there's nothing actually private on here. Just how many times I watched Frozen remakes. This guy right here.
Man.
So he was pretty upset, basically, that FT8 was ruining ham radio for him on 7061. 7061 kilohertz.
Words. Now I'm angry.
He's angry.
Frequency. The QRP watering hole. The American QRP calling frequency. The QRP watering hole. If you will, and it's one of the two on 40 meters, widely used throughout the world. In addition to 70-40, and in some, I think in some European countries or in some Asian countries, 70.030. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, let me, hang on. I've got a fan running. I'm just angry. There.
7058 is a fizz calling frequency.
Tell me if you...
It could be a calling frequency for anything, but he's saying that 7061 is a QRP watering hole, and it's full of FT8. Oh no. Oh no. And I would be pretty upset if this is the frequency that I frequented. He goes and say like bunch of new ops not in their place, you know, yada yada yada. If you go to watch it, turns out this was a de-expedition, and I did some sleuthing. I actually did a decode, and you can see I got these guys on the decode: 9 Juliet 2 Lima Alpha. And that's a de-expedition to Zambia. And their operating frequency said 7060. Which may or may not be on somebody's calling frequency. But the point I'm making is they're not new or inconsiderate hams. They're just replying to DX. And if there's somebody on your frequency that you love, then just spin this big knob and go to a different one. Because we have, I mean, look at all the space. Oh, dang, I just got rid of the web SDR. There's so much space on ham radio. It's crazy. Even on the contest weekend, you can find places to call CQ. You know? Don't let somebody taking up your old net frequency drag you down. Just move a few kilohertz. And what was that one I picked? 7040, 7090. It's calling frequencies. No, 7030. What is sodas? I don't know. Everyone has a calling frequency, but I just want to say, like, FT anything doesn't suck, and it's not running ham radio for CW ops. It's not, and that's why I kind of commented here. But you know, that's just me being a critic of other people's videos, and I'm sure everyone's gonna watch this, and I'm gonna get so much hate mail, and you know, I feel like. I mean, PewDiePie, this is what he does for a living, basically. he and many other YouTubers, they call up people on the internet for saying stuff and doing things and whatnot, and they rag on each other, but they bounce off each other's views and whatnot. But like, it just got to me a bit that it sucks and it's ruining ham radio. And okay, maybe I'm hypocritical because millennials are killing ham radio. Millennials are killing ham radio. Oh no. Gosh, you just read the comments and emails that I get like on this thing. Just like, I mean, at least these people here got to the bottom and, you know, they had to get to the bottom to write a comment. So I've got that going for me here. But then a lot of them just come up here and they see this headline and they instantly go, no, contact. And they type in here and they go, I hate you. And they're like, millennials are not killing ham radio. I'm like, you didn't read the whole article. It's about how millennials are changing ham radio and things are, I mean, just read the article. So maybe I'm a hypocrite and I'm judging it by the cover, but I watched this whole video and he's just like, FD8 sucks because it's on my old frequency. Move the VFO. All right, that's all I have to say about that. Ham TikToks all day long. Hashtag ham radio, hashtag amateur radio, hashtag TikTok. TikTok. I don't even know how to use TikTok, man. Real short videos. And it like hates it when I try to log in. Don't. I actually save. Can I just watch on the computer? Can I just like watch my videos? What about my videos? Where's my account? Fine, I'll use a freaking phone. I got enough cameras. I can do this. Let's look at the ham radio TikToks. Great. Advertisements. I don't want you.
I just want to talk to him. Why do you have a shotgun? I just want to talk to him. Dad, this is ridiculous. I just want to talk to him.
Also,
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to shoot him. I just want to talk to him. You can't shoot him. Wait, what? What are you doing? I just want to talk to him.
of course, I'm going to probably get like banned from YouTube for having the audio in. Basically, TikTok is a bunch of There's a bunch of short videos that people do, mostly pranks, mostly like silly, goofy things that, you know, millennials and Gen Xers are doing in their lives. And I mean, 4 million people have seen this video and hit that button. 937,000. Oh my gosh. That's really far. That had to hurt. And then I was like, oh, cool. What if I look up ham radio on TikTok? Like hashtag ham radio. Hashtag ham radio. Let me switch to the 720p in chat. Can't see nothing, can ya? Of course not. Let me fix the video. I'm gonna be risky and turn the autofocus on. Turn the right light off. What is this? That's better. Nice. Yeah, ham radio has 259,000 views altogether.
There's any ham radio operators out here and around here. I got my call sign, so hit me up and we can talk on my handy dandy talkie thing.
Handy dandy tucky thing.
Can for QMH Go Mobile.
I like it. Hey, I have one of those. There is a TikToker that TikToks, but he's Polish, I believe, or Czech or something. There's also this thing where it's like a duet of the Family Guy thing with ham radio thing, but then yes, Morse code. There it is on TikTok. Woo! I can't figure out what he's trying to say.
Hey yo, nerd check.
Yup. music, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not getting paid to do this YouTube video stuff. I just try to not have music on here because it's going to give me a copyright strike, and then I fund, literally these videos will put money into the owners of the copyright, which, come on, this is fair use. Or incidental music. And that's it. That's all the ham radio TikToks there are. What about amateur radio? Man, when I type amateur, some weird stuff pops up. Some very not safe for work stuff. Amateur radio. Hashtag amateur radio. 33,000 views. Pretty much the same thing, except now we have Martin Brosman. He's a YouTuber.
Sounds good. Going over to 14652.
Just doing ham radio.
80 meters is a little noisy tonight.
Jiminy Hertz. Doing ham. Got suspenders. So Martin Brosnan, Jiminy Hertz, Martin Brosnan, Jiminy Hertz, Jiminy Hertz, Martin Brosnan, Jiminy Hertz, Martin Brosnan, Jiminy Hertz. Oh wait, that was I don't know. Russian. Yeah, that's it. This isn't even ham radio. It's just water going over a jewel. So, like, yeah, let's invade TikTok with ham radio. What do you say? Ham Radio 2.0 and Radio Oklahoma. I know you guys, you do TikTok, so here you are. And Caleb sent me a video. TikTok is not for hams. It's too new. No, I'm just kidding. It's fun. I kind of want to get into it. Get ham radio into it, if you will, and see what happens. You've wandered off to Never Never Land. Yep, that's what happens sometimes. I did some Morse code, and then I got bored after 43 minutes or so. Nope, I'm doing code group practice, KB9CFH. And what I'm doing is I'm working on code groups, and when I get to 10% or 10% error, like bump that effective speed by 1, like so. Kyle. I'm all messed up. I get a mulligan. So 24%. Not good enough. Work on the words. Work on word and plain text training. I would like to work on code groups. I work on words, and I mean, it's like learning a dictionary. There's a training dichotomy that I'm learning over time, like learning letters and random letters versus learning words. Words, like you learn the word, like test, da 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 da, or test is, or my name is SCE. I have to spell out my name before I can send it. Is that, and I just know that from the feel of it, like I can get most of the way through, and then I go, wait, what's the rest of my name? But other words like apple is A-P-P-L-E. It's not me, man! I think this thing is just too close to the... Anyway, apple is... I need to work on the not dropping off those L's. Like I did before. And the F. And what I kind of worry is like, yeah, I want to get all the letters down really good, and then I can move on to like words, even though words are what we use to communicate. But if I get letters down really good, then call signs come naturally, which is a majority of my CW operation is call signs. And I could do call sign training all day long, and that's probably a good thing to do. But I mean, I'm not that into the idea of CW rag chewing. Maybe once in a while, and maybe at a slow speed, like I was showing earlier, up in the higher parts of the band where I can slow down and have a lot of like, yeah, and I have some time to think about letters. But in a contest situation or in a SOTA or POTA or kind of like portable operation thing, I only need a few things, and that's call signs, numbers, grids, and they're all kind of random, especially call signs. And if you're doing like a SOTA activation, you're going to send WG123 or some kind of like set of characters that defines, where you are, and maybe grid squares and whatnot. You can do what you decide to do, but you cannot decide what you will decide. Click, talk, TikTok. It's true. Cannot decide what I will decide to do. Oh, I'm forgetting to put the chat back up on here. Boop. Yeah, that's where I was hanging out. 7050 on WebSDR. No, Utah. And like what I was doing earlier, just chilling out on 40CW, up in the higher part of the band. Zoomed in, find the CW. Scoot you away. I really need to get some rubber mats for this thing. And what I notice is like everyone does a bug or straight key. Nobody does. Okay, this guy's doing a paddle. Or is really good practice. Okay, now I'm totally wrong. But like almost all of these things that I tune through, there's a straight key or a bug. Going really slow. Straight key. This is good CW, so probably a keyer. That's on my speed, so like let's try again. SKCC, there it is. So I don't know, maybe you're giving me the straight key like kind of band spread of where the straight key SKCC folk hang out, which is also happens to be the slower CW because it's hard to send fast CW on a straight key, and very, very, very painful. Straight key over there somewhere. And yeah, so that's like my problem. I don't have enough. I have too much processing time per letter. And so that's what I'm trying to do with getting good at code groups. Because, and here's the other reason why I'm not really doing word training, is because when you do word training, you're trying to train yourself to words. So like, arguably, this speed should be really high, the effective speed. And so, go away. And because if you don't, then you're just listening to each character. It's similar to like how people who learn CW for the first time, they'll listen to each dit and da and like count, which is really bad. And we talked about that before. But it extends itself to words. If you listen to words at 5 words per minute effective and 5 character speed, so like this, let me do 8, why not? Then I'm just doing the same thing. Like, did that really send? Da 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 da. It's exotic. It's not. It's exotic. Why did I get that? But basically the point is, I'm just picking up the letters. I need to do word training to be effective at learning words. You need to do it at a pretty high character speed, because you're not just learning. You're learning the sound of the word, like the whole sound. Like, you go, and right there you should know, oh, that's whatever it was. I don't know, let me try and figure out what it was. Stages. I don't know many people who send stages over CW. What this should have is, and people have sent me emails of some things, some training word banks that you can put in, and I never use those because I use LCWL. This is the only thing I learned to use Morse code, to learn Morse code. Doing it on other things other than like Iambic Master and Morse Runner, putting things in is like annoying. But this, what LCWO needs is something where I can put stuff in, like plain text training, but putting my own plain text in, which can I do? Convert text, TX training. Nope. Through practice files, full account, I can't do that. I can only do these 5 things. So that's the only thing I wish I could like have with this. But word up to 10. Yeah. No. That's, yeah. So basically what I want to do is get good at figuring out the letters and then get good at figuring out the words. What I kind of want to do is also stream because I'm doing CW Academy, and I wonder if I could stream those lessons, because they have some important things like they're going to teach me. Which I don't know at this moment, but who's live? Oh, that's me. That's live. Duh. Who's live? Oh, that's me. That's live. Wow. That isn't really public. Well, it is published, but it's hard to find. Like, how to learn CW. There's like the art of telegraphy. I forget what it's called. The art and skill of radio telegraphy, and you can read through this. This is really good, and it's like how people have learned in the past, and you know, there's some real good history put together in books like these. There's this, and then there's another one by an Italian. I don't know how to spell. So yeah, 7058. SKCC 7055. So generally around in that area. Interesting. It is a very long read. I actually put it on my Kindle, and I haven't gotten through the whole thing. There is a book that I actually physically bought. Let's go to the World Wide Web bookstore, also everything store, and just like look up Morse code thing. Nice. Well, that one's a lot nicer. Titanic lost signal, Morse code, Sam Morse that too, Guide to Having Faith. There's Dan's book. God, there was one that was like, also the Skillman Introduction to Morse Code is $54. I looked up Dr. Jessica Parks, the author of this, and the other guy, and I couldn't find any information. Expert in memory and cognition with a doctoral degree in experimental psychology. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is. I gotta turn off the chat. This has to be like the best thing because it's a doctor in experimental. Like she's the boss in terms of learning, but. I just didn't find it. I Googled it and I couldn't find any information at all. And I found her husband, or presumably her husband, Mr. Parks at least, or maybe Mr. Dr. Mr. Parks. And there wasn't any, like, any information really. It's a very basic website. This is buy these discs and you'll learn Morse code. Well, not guaranteed, I guess. They don't guarantee Morse code. They put their address. I think this is what I did. Their address is literally on the website, so I'm not doxing them, right? My name, address, search. Michigan. Parks. There we go. Boop, boop. So we have Jessica Parks and Rodney Parks. Jessica Parks is KHO with 15 lookups. Technician. And Rodney Parks is, I don't know if this is maybe no. 4874 Pine Hill Drive. There was a guy. Well, what this is telling me is that Jessica Parks is not a ham. I mean, she's a ham, but she's not a ham. Not a real ham, you know? Is this it? Parks. I missed the Parks up there. Oh, yeah, this is him. Yeah, see, same address. So, a little more active ham. KC8FQD, extra class, likes QSLs, age 16, Morse code defeated me twice since I've since overcome it and now working to improve my streak. Well, good, because your wife or partner or something is the creator of Skillman. But the thing I'm getting at is, like, there's no information about this. There's no information about Dr. Jessica Parks. It's a very common name. If I type it in, it's Santa Monica Dog and Cat Hospital. Maybe here's something. From bug barns to Morse code. When I was 7-8 years, just for a PhD. Okay, maybe here's some information. Oh my gosh, this is the information I was looking for. How did I know? Well, I used DuckDuckGo this time, obviously. So this is very cool. It's very interesting that she did all this work for doing this Morse code class and doesn't... Well, maybe she just does Morse code for fun and not on ham radio. Because typically I associate those two things with Morse code as on ham radio. But you have high-speed telegraphy is a really big thing in Europe. So I think I'm boring everyone because the chat just totally died off. But there's still 7 people watching. Where's everybody at? Are they just listening to me, like, ramble? My other thing is, this is 1,500 audio files on 6 CDs. I don't have a CD reader. I have one on my computer, but I don't have a CD reader. I don't have a player. And it's $50-something when you can go to LCWO and just do it there. Enough said. But this is actually good information, and now it's making me reconsider. And I just want to know like what the procedure, what their procedure is, her procedure is in the Skillman thing in this class. Try before we buy. All right, introduction.
Welcome to the Skillman Introduction to Morse Code CD set. Learning Morse code is no simple task. That's why Atkinson and Schifrin, who found that rehearsal, not repetition, moved information from short-term memory processing for the real world. There is also the generation effect discovered by Heller back in long-term memory. It's practically the perfect...
I'm not going to listen to that whole thing, but I have yet more research to do.
Welcome to the Skillman Introduction to Morse Code. In these discs, you'll learn the letters, numbers,
Also, who is
punctuation,
Skillman?
and prosigns of Morse code. I want to start off this disc making sure that you structure your learning optimally. First, let's talk about
Is
the
there a
environment that you
digital
need to set up. Study Morse code where you think you'll use Morse code. If you plan to use Morse code in your shack, study there. In memory research, this is called a context effect. Retrieval of information is best if the environment, or context, where it's learned and the context where it's remembered match. Next, make sure the room is quiet and that you cannot hear any background voices. Background
Am I a
voices,
background
also
voice?
called irrelevant speech, can interfere with your learning of verbal information like Morse code. Have you picked a quiet location where you think you'll most often use Morse code? If not, pause me and think about it. This is important stuff, and you got these CDs to give yourself an advantage in learning Morse code, so take the time to set yourself up for success. Now that your environment is your daily routine, to fit one thing a study buddy may help. Alpha. 4. Z. Single word. Just like saying a Z. Here's Z. 4. These characters.
I'm going to listen to the rest of this stuff. But now my opinion is changing because it seems to be well put together. There seems to be some science involved in this introduction, and the learning blocks was number 2.
This is the letter Y, Yankee.
And the strategy is probably embedded in the introduction, but it'd be cool if there's a transcript that I could skim. I don't know. Maybe I'm disparaging it too much, but I like LCW because it's free and it's maybe learned me good so far. But I wonder if you're done with that Skillman, when or how proficient you are at the end of that. So, if there's anything to be dragged out of this long ass stream of mine, let's recap the news. I went to Disney World and Youth and Ham Radio kind of exploded. We have the Illinois Young Ham Club that started by Graham, who got interviewed by K4FMH on the ICQ Podcast. So good job, you guys. I'm still bad at Morse code, but still chugging along ever so slowly, a few minutes a day, and also doing way too much streaming in lieu of learning CW. And also there's some really good resources to learn about the art and skill of radio telegraphy and the history thereof. And we also talked about the differences, and I also complained about how expensive Skillman is, and then immediately listened to the introduction, and now I'm completely flipped 180 degrees on it. Now I want to buy it, but it's on CDs, and that's annoying. And it's like $90 or $50. And also I complained about people on YouTube, and we made TikTok, so that was great. Great stream. 5 watching. One of these days I'll be so popular. I might be very old, but I'll be popular. And now I'm gonna go watch literally all of these YouTube videos because that's fun. And also I'm gonna TikTok. Actually, let's do this right now. I'm gonna TikTok. Caleb sending me more video. TikTok. It's my ugly face. How do I flip? I need things to look at and type. Proverbs. I'm gonna pretend that I'm learning Morse code, right? But no, not Book of Proverbs. I just want English proverbs. Yeah. 2 wrongs don't make a right. All right. Ah, crap. Messed it up. Was that good? Was it good TikToking? Let me know in the comments. And now I need to check my email. Oh, no, ads. Gross. Okay, click. Ah, crap. Messed it up. I'm going to adjust it. Ah, crap. Perfect. Perfect cutoff. Save. Effects. I don't know what weird noises it's making. Ah, crap. Oh my gosh, this is so complicated. Look at all the settings. This is why some TikToks are so well done. Voice effects. Ah, crap. Get rid of that effect I accidentally put in. Okay, next. Hashtag ham radio. Nope. Ham radio. Hashtag Morse code. Hashtag yo. No. Hashtag no. That'll be it. Okay. And then we'll start off with like dit. No, did it. Did it. Did it. Did did. I don't know what I'm typing. IAN. Nope. LOL. How about that? Did da did da did did. That's a LOL. Did it. Cool. And post. That was I'm a TikTok master now. All right. I had way too much fun. Hope you guys did too. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll check you next time on Tuesday, and then not Wednesday, and then on Thursday. 73. Thanks for watching. Learn Morse code more. Bye.